most B2B companies will be left behind by changes that are happening right now. The strategies that worked just last year are now outdated, so you need to pivot fast to win in 2026 and beyond. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's changed and the new tactics that work, whether you're just starting out or you're established. So first, let's discover what changed forever. So imagine you are trying to find a partner. Now, 20 years ago, you would likely meet someone on a night out or maybe through a friend, and you go on a date just to get to know them and to give it a shot. But if you fast forward to today, the default path is to go on a dating app. You make snap judgments based on the blink of an eye, based on a photo, and then you have a quick text-based chat with people who you think might have potential. Then, even if you do like them, your sister decides to do a deep dive social profile audit that makes you question if she actually works for the CIA. She goes back 5 years on Facebook and somehow finds out her blood type. But why do we behave like this? It's like this because we want to protect ourselves. We don't want to put ourselves in danger, and we don't want to waste our time. I mean, you still want to find a partner and you still need to actually meet someone in person before entering into a relationship with them. That hasn't changed, but the journey before the initial meeting is completely different. And this is exactly what's happened to B2B marketing. People don't want to jump on a sales call immediately to learn about your solution. They have the ability to be picky. They have the ability to pre-vet, and they want quick access to digital information for everything. But that choice and wealth of information means that skepticism is at an all-time high. As a result, that playbook you had, and I did as well, of pushing everyone into a sales interaction immediately, it just doesn't work anymore. Instead, what you need is a hybrid approach so that people can get the information they need to feel comfortable enough to essentially date you. So now I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of this shift, giving access to the right information and making your marketing infinitely easier. Our goal is really, really simple. Put all of the information people need out there. So for example, if you're a SaaS platform, don't gate your demos. Put a quick showcase on your website and upload it to YouTube. If you're a consultant or an agency that makes websites, make video content about how to make the perfect website and the process you follow. The best way you can find out what content to make is to take all of the email comms you have with prospects during a sales process, upload that information into ChatGPT and use the new agent mode to create a list of all of the questions people have during the sales process. That list can then become your content plan, as it gives you direct insights into what your prospects are thinking, considering, and most importantly, looking for. And here are a few things we've used historically that we found work really well. Free training or demos showing how your system works. This should genuinely help them. This should not be a thinly veiled sales pitch in disguise. FAQs on your website are also a must, as is a details video that covers exactly how your service works, including pricing that they can access before they get on a call with you. This is the foundational shift that's happened, but there is another aspect to this content you have to implement, otherwise it will not work. And I cannot stress how important this next point is. If you don't do it, you will be banging your head up against the wall, wondering why this brilliant new strategy doesn't work for you. Now, imagine a politician delivers a pre-recorded, obviously scripted speech in a quiet room in front of a camera with really nice lighting. They make all these promises about what they'll do when they get in power. But you know, because you're older and weathered, that 90% of what they're claiming they will never actually do. It'll never happen. So do you trust them, or are you immediately just a teeny bit skeptical? Okay, now instead, imagine the same politician has just done an interview, but doesn't realize they're still mic'd up and being recorded. Off cuff, having a conversation with a colleague where they say, quick toilet break, one sec. No, I'm not, I'm just not having it anymore, right? I'm just fed up, okay? So we're gonna make this change for the people. Everyone else is just lying through their teeth. They all know that. So this is exactly how we're going to do it. I'm going to talk you through this. That was a good toilet break. Now, if you heard both, which one feels more real, aside from my really bad acting just then? Which one feels more genuine? Which one would you connect better with? Unsurprisingly, it's the real moment. People connect with that honesty far better than these scripted facades. The issue is that most of your content, if you're in B2B, is in the former camp. It is heavily scripted, it's corporate, it lacks any human element, and it immediately triggers sales resistance. So, How can you make your content authentic so that people connect with it and feel compelled to buy your stuff? Well, we've run a lot of ads and marketing campaigns. In fact, we've tested with well over 5 million in ad spend. And the one consistent thing that we found is that people reject traditional ads. Somewhat paradoxically, high production value corporate content doesn't work anywhere near as well as rough around the edges or well shot but somewhat playful content. When it comes to testimonials or case studies, you are far better off using screenshots of actual conversations than you are using a written testimonial on your website. If it's a video testimonial, you're again better off using a screen recording or a Zoom call or a video shot on a phone than you are a professionally shot, sat down interview. And when it comes to ads, we frequently found that UGC or user generated content style videos that look like organic content far outperform all other formats. When it comes to static ads, here are some examples of the top performing ads. We've tested these across multiple companies, from small scrappy agencies to enterprise B2B, and yes, the rules still apply for you enterprise B2B companies. These are tongue-in-cheek, they're not polished, they're fun, they don't feel like ads, they feel authentic. They lead to higher click-through rates, lower lead costs, and cheaper cost per acquisition. Now, I have seen companies focus all of their efforts on brand many times, prioritizing using the right fonts and colors over the actual message. Now, I'm not saying that brand doesn't have its place, but brand comes second to authenticity. If your brand just makes you look like a scripted politician, no one's gonna connect with it anyway. It might look nice, but it can actually be detrimental. But what if you could take everything I just spoke about and take advantage of it to get ahead instead of playing catch up? You see, over the last year or so, I've seen clients who are getting consistent results for years all of a sudden go into panic mode as leads just drop off a cliff. And I was in the middle trying to figure out how to fix this issue with everyone we were working with. Thankfully, we had a client who was already really nailing that authenticity piece and putting all of the information prospects wanted out there organically, and it was already working really well. So we started trying to figure out how we could just replicate that approach. And after a few iterations, we ended up improving their results and saving some of our clients with a simple two-step funnel. So now I'm going to show you how you can set up this foolproof two-step funnel for your own business. So first off, we want to set up a brand awareness campaign in LinkedIn. If you want to know how to set up LinkedIn ads, I have several videos on this channel explaining how to do this in depth. Or if you want one-on-one help, there is a link in the description below. Now, the reason we want to choose brand awareness is that it's generally cheaper to advertise using brand awareness as an objective. And remember, we're not trying to get someone on a date or a call immediately. Our goal here is simply to be authentic and provide them with the information. Now, we can either upload the content we've made directly here, or if you're a founder-led business, you can boost posts from your actual profile. So to do this, just make sure whatever you've posted is what you want to boost. Then when you're setting up ads, you can select LinkedIn members and then choose the relevant posts from your personal profile. The content at this level should be talking about the high-level problems your target audience has. This is step one of the two-step funnel. For step two, we want to navigate to this plan section on the left-hand side in the LinkedIn Campaign Manager, and then to audiences. Then press create audience and then matched audience. Here we want to select the creative type used in the first step. So for example, if we boosted a video, we select video. If it was a single image, we'd select single image. Name the audience and then select the campaign that we had in step one. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating a pool of people in our target audience who have the problem we help resolve and who have seen or interacted with our content. Next, we want to set up another campaign for remarketing. The audience for this campaign is the audience we literally just set up of people who previously interacted with us. And if you want your ad costs to be really low, you also want to manually bid based on impressions when it comes to bidding here. Just bid on the lower end. Now, as for content here, we want more authentic content that answers questions, but this time the content starts to shift more to be specifically about how our solution helps resolve those problems. And we also want to start giving more detail about how our service or product works. For example, you can literally have an ad that describes what happens when someone signs up to use your service. Now, I would advise using a wide range of content for these ads. And your calls to action should also be varied. Some should send people to your website. Some should send people to an FAQ page with the details of your service. And some should push people to book that call with you. Now, this two-step funnel puts everything we've spoken about into practice, but you still need to make sure your foundations are solid. You need to ensure your offer is presented in a way that actually connects with people, and you need to ensure that you're nurturing prospects effectively once they become leads. Thankfully, I have put together a complete end-to-end system which is called the Controlled Growth Framework. At its center, it utilizes the strategy I've talked about in this exact video, but it also gives you the end-to-end steps you need to get a predictable, reliable, and scalable system for your client acquisition. You can learn how the full system works just here entirely for free. I will see you over in that video.